I have made 10,000 videos about this topic, but I figure now is as good a time as any to make one more, because why not? So I went to BEA/BookCon this past week, and it's hard to believe that it was already a week ago, but it was, and I'm just really sad about it. But I haven't really talked about it. I have some vloggy bits that I did at the end of every day where it was like midnight and I couldn't sleep, and so I just like talked to my phone about what had happened during the day. I have like 30 friends that I like forgot that I had, or like didn't even realize that I had, and like people are so nice and generous and like accepting. And it's funny because we're all like stupid, awkward dorks who really like books, but you know, it doesn't even matter, because like when you see someone you know and you're just like, oh hey, I know you, let's hug, let's take a selfie, let's hang out. Like nobody questions it, and nobody's like, why are you even here? Like I'm not even actually your friend. You're just like, yeah, all right, cool, hang with us. Honestly, the real win was like hanging out with literally so many people, and Whitney finally arrived today. Got to hang out with Booksplosion and do a photo shoot with them and Sasha and Tasha and Zoe, and it was like so fun, so fun. They took pictures of me too, so I felt a little bit included. I think maybe I'm tired now. No, I'm not, but that's okay. I'm gonna go to sleep anyways. So day 2 of BEA. It started out very tiring. Like I woke up and like my shoulders ached and my feet hurt, and I was like, oh, it felt like I had been hit by a train. I ended up hanging out with my friend Dave Conness. If you don't know him, go check him out really soon. And so we like met up and we recorded a cover of Dear Theodosia, and also one of the original songs that's going to be on his companion album to his novel. And so I'm just honestly like so pleased with how they came out, and it was really fun. Like sometimes you meet people like that you collaborate with and you're just like awkward together, but Dave, just FYI, it was great meeting you. He's like super chill and he was really nice, and like we clicked, and I was like, we were clearly meant to be musical collaborators because we're great together. Leigh's publicist is actually adorable and I love her, and we bonded over lipstick and it was so cute. And so then I interviewed Leigh and she was great. And then she signed my journal for me and we took some selfies. And so we took this one selfie where we just look really goofy, and she's like, you look like the supervillain and I'm your sidekick. And I was like, if you're my sidekick, all right. Me and Civi started this awful failure of a Hamilton sing-along, which was not bad. Me and her, like, we reigned strong for most of my shot, and then we did the Schuyler sisters, and Tasha thankfully joined in a little bit, and Elizabeth joined in. It was fun, but like nobody sang along. We were kind of biffed. And I met Tata Mafi. This was my second time seeing her. She was so cute. And so I like walked up to her and I was like, hey, I don't know if you remember me. And she's like, yeah, of course I do. You're on Twitter. And I was like, Tata Mafi knows who I am. And so we kind of went out and did a photo shoot, and it was really like so much fun. Honestly, like I think that's probably my favorite part, because like I don't know, like all of them kind of dabble in photography, and so they like really appreciate my skills. And like it sounds very egotistical of me, so I'm sorry, but it's just like fun to have like be appreciated and have people like be excited about what you do. What's your name? I'm like, Jenna. And then I said my last name and spelled it out for them, and they're like, yeah, you're not on the list. And I was like, all right. And so the lady was like, that's okay, and she just like wrote down my name, and I was like, oh, these two are with me. And she's like, okay, cool, when's your birthday? And like it was at that moment that I realized, and I was like, this is open bar, I could drink, I'm 21 now. But I didn't drink, because why would I drink? I'm all showered and clean. I'm gonna kill Sarah. So today was day 3 of BEA, the third and final day of BEA. And then after that, we all went and got lunch together. And it was really weird because we were walking to our table, and at one of the like near tables was the publicist for Leigh Bardugo. I don't know if it's her like exact publicist or what, but like a publicist who worked with Leigh Bardugo during the interview I had with her. And she like recognized me. She's like, hey, Jenna. And I was like, hi, hey, I'm gonna eat my pizza now. I didn't say that, but I was thinking it. And she was really sweet though. I love her. I was like hanging out, wandering the floor, and I ended up going to meet up with my friend Caitlin, who we met at Y'all Fest, and so she's pretty cool. Caitlin Benes. Gosh, I hope I say her name right. But she wanted to like meet up and take a picture, and she actually had me sign this book that like I'm technically published in, and I wrote an essay for it, and I work with them, Delight College Ministries, look them up. But she was like, can you sign this for me? And I was like, sure, okay. I also had her sign my journal that I've had people like signing all week, and it was really weird though, because she was like, just sign it, you know, however you want. And I was like, do you want like first name, last name? Like, how do you want this? She's like, just, you know, whatever you think you would as like an author signature. And I was like, I have no idea. So I just like literally signed like Jenna Claire and hoped it was good enough. I mean, it wasn't a big deal, but I thought it was really cool. So thanks, Caitlin, for making me feel like a rock star today. And then we all went and did a group photo shoot, which was so awesome. Like, so cool. I like felt really bad because I was like, can I have individual photos with all of you? And they were like, yeah, sure. They were actually really sweet about it, but I felt like really obnoxious because I was like, take one with me and Sasha, take one with me and Zoe, take one with me and Christine. And like, it never ended because I love them and I want to be pretty with them always. So I don't have anything to do right now, so I'm just kind of like sitting in the convention center. The Book Explosion panel starts in like an hour maybe. I don't have to get seats because I know them and I'm taking photos for them, so Jesse was like, oh, I'll just save you a seat in the front. I just hung out with people. Like, we met up with Christina Marie, hung out with Monica and Slice of Mike and a couple other cool people, and just, you know, chilled and talked and hung out. And so then I like gave her a playlist that I had made, and her face like lit up. She's like, oh my gosh, thank you so much. And I was like, yeah. Then after that, we all met up with we all being me and Emma, we met up with some other booktubers and we had like a big lunch, and it was really like so much fun. Like, we were just laughing the whole time and having a great time, and like literally just thinking about it makes me smile. And we had lunch with like Connor and Monica and Sarah and Brandon and Megan Precourt, she's finally here. And of course my book lion and Kelly and Kelly's sister, who I feel so bad I don't remember her name. Like, honestly, this week has been everything. Like, I told Emily there's literally nothing I would change about it. Even with all of the tiredness and the craziness, like, I wouldn't change a thing. It's just everything that I ever wanted, basically. Literally all I do when I get home is just like smile before bed, and I like look through photos that I haven't edited yet, and I'm just like smiling, like uncontrollable smiling and happiness. And I know everybody's like, oh, I wish I could be a BEA, but like literally I wish everybody could go to BEA because it was just like a big party of like 30 booktubers hanging out the whole time. And it's just everything that I ever wanted, basically. But I never really had a chance to like sit back and reflect on what was BEA? What does BEA mean to me? BEA was in Chicago this year, and it was such an amazing opportunity. I've never gone in the past because New York City is expensive, and I live near Chicago, and so it just made sense to wait until it came to Chicago. And I didn't really realize that you could get press for BEA, which basically means like you don't pay. You don't pay for your ticket, you don't pay for BookCon, you just show up and they give you a pass, and it's great and it's wonderful, and I really, really utilized it. But because I hadn't figured that out until this year, it never really occurred to me to like make it happen and do it that way. So after I went to Y'all Fest in November, I kind of befriended Emma from Emma Books and Monica and a couple people from that crew. And so Emma talked to me and she's like, yeah, we're all getting press passes for BEA. You should apply and try and get one. And I was like, all right, I've interviewed 2 authors. I can do this. They'll accept me, right? And miraculously, they did. They sent me and Emma an email about the same time that we both got press, and we were so excited because that basically meant I only had to pay to get myself back home and then pay to go from my house to the city every day, which was really not that expensive. Probably like $100 total, again, like I did for Y'all Fest, which is great and wonderful. But because I got press, I was like, oh, this is happening. Like, I'm going to BEA this year, and it was really amazing, like, that opportunity. And so I, like, ever since November, and like, I think I got my press pass in like January maybe, but around then I was like starting to plan on who's going, what are we doing, what photo shoots are happening, like how is this gonna be real? And so what ended up happening is because I was gonna stay at my house the whole week, I was like, oh, friends, stay with me, because I need more people, and I feel bad like having a press pass when you don't. And so I ended up rooming with my friend Emily, Millions and Millie Books. She's done a video on here before. Civi from Cookie Addictions, and Whitney from Witty Novels, and it was really, really fun. I recommend that everybody go to BEA at least once in their life, but I kind of say that for all cons. Like, go to Y'all Fest / Y'all West once, go to GeekyCon, which used to be LeakyCon, go to all these fun cons because they're just so much fun, and I feel like people don't understand how fun they are until they actually go and like make friends there. A lot of the people who I hung out with at BEA this year were people that I had just met at Y'all Fest 6 months ago, and via the internet we kind of became a little closer. But this time at BEA it was like we were all having this big reunion and we were just hanging out and having fun. At the end of the day there were like at least 30 booktubers who I consistently hung out with. Obviously we have like the main Booksplosion crew with Tasha, Sasha, Kat, Christine, Jesse. Zoe was there from Read by Zoe. I'm trying to remember who else was in that crew. I mean, if you kind of expand that crew, we got a little more of the Y'all Fest people, which is like Emma from Emma Books, Michael from Mike Book Lion, Sarah from Sarah Without an H. I'm definitely going to be forgetting people, so I'm sorry. Tiernan from The Booktuber. I don't know. And then we have like Monica from She Might Be Monica, who is an angel, by the way. We got Brandon from Brandon Book Addict. I really don't remember his username. I'm sorry, Brandon. I promise I love you. Sandy from Sandy Reads a Lot. Oh, Maureen. Maureen came to BookCon. She and Christina Marie, if you know her, they just came for BookCon, but they were there. And then there was the whole, what is it called? It's like the Wolf Pack. The Wolf Pack, that's what it is. So it's like Lainey from Ginger Reads Lainey, Thoughts on Tomes, Sam, Sana from Inkbones Books. There's Marnez from, My Name is Marinez, of course. Mike from Slice of Mike. There was just like this huge jumble of people that were just like always there. Joss from Squibbles Reads, yes. I'm just gonna like periodically remember people throughout this video, but it was just so much fun to have so many booktubers there because you could go between each little pack and do kind of whatever you wanted, you know, and it was just really nice to be able to like mingle and go between and be in all the groups, and I felt like everybody was really welcoming that way, you know. Connor, I can't remember his username, you know, Connor, the cool kid, Connor. Sorry, you just like kind of could go between and everybody was really nice and you would vlog together. Elizabeth from Elizabeth Page. It was, I don't know, it was just really fun, and it was like Y'all Fest on steroids because it was just so many more people were there and it was just really fun and everybody was really welcoming and nice, and that's what I want for you. I want you to be able to meet your internet friends because it's life-changing and you will never want to leave them. So obviously you get a lot of books and you meet a lot of authors at BEA and BookCon, but like for me the biggest reason I went was for like friends and networking and being with people that I love. And that did actually result in 2 author interviews. I interviewed Morgan Matson and Leigh Bardugo. I was going to say Lady Taylor, but Leigh Bardugo. And so it was kind of like expanding on my Y'all Fest experience with 2 interviews there. I now have 2 interviews from BEA, and I'm hoping to just keep expanding. But yeah, I met a lot of really cool authors. I ended up actually meeting Lady Taylor, and I showed her, me and Civi did a Karu photo shoot, which was like a cosplay photo shoot. And so right as I went to go meet her, I had them on my camera because we had just taken them, and I was like, "Lady, look, we have Karu. It's pretty. Look at it. Look at it. Look at it." And she was like, kind of impressed, I think, but also part of it was like, yeah, okay. But she was really sweet, and it was really fantastic to get to meet her for the first time. I met Taha Damafi for the second time, which was really great, and she's super sweet. She remembered me. I also got to see Marissa Meyer again, and that was really great because I interviewed her last year. There weren't that many authors that I went to go meet because a lot of the signing lines are just really obnoxious and long. I wish I would have been able to see Sarah J. Maas because she had a signing both at BookCon and at Anderson's Bookshop in Chicago, and I'm kind of bitter that I didn't get to meet her, but I'm hoping that for Empire of Storms she will come to my area. Please, Sarah, I miss you. So if you're kind of curious, like, what do you do at BEA? Because I feel like it's kind of this mysterious thing that you don't understand until you actually do it. BEA is just a lot of just running around, walking, seeing people, talking, like all these random things. It depends on who you hang out with because some people are like really interested in filming collabs, for example, or really interested in like drinking together or, you know, eating together or stuff like that. But it's like, it's really loose. You can kind of do whatever you want. We, as in me, I ended up doing a lot of photo shoots because that's what Booksplosion likes to do, and that's what I really wanted to do. Like, I love taking pictures of booktubers, and so I was like, yes, all the photo shoots, and I did like at least 4 or 5 of them. There's some eating and hanging out with people. You do stand in line a fairly good amount, and so you kind of talk to people in line. Obviously I did author interviews. I went to a party. I was invited to this wonderful Big Honcho Media party, and it was just really fun to like hang out with people and dance. There are like arc drops, so sometimes you'll just run and you'll pick up arcs and be like, I don't know what this is about, but it looks great. Sometimes you do go to an author signing and you wait in line to get it signed. It really is what you make of it, because some people are really obsessive about planning, and I was more of a let's just go where the people go kind of thing. But yeah, it was just like it was so much fun, like so great. And like the whole time, even on like day 4, I just remember standing around people and being like, this is so strange, we're all together, we're all friends, we love each other. It's hard to explain, but it made me really emotional getting to know these people more, because they're just like me, but they live in different parts of the country. However, when we were all hanging out, everyone was like, okay, but like next year, like everybody's going next year, right? Because I need to see you again. I haven't seen you in 2 years, like come on. And so we're all like planning ahead on new things. Like Y'all Fest is coming up in 6 months, but I was texting Emma about it yesterday or a couple days ago, and I was just like, is it November yet? And she's like, but like we just left BEA. And I was like, yeah, but like, is it November yet? 6 months can go by really fast, right? That being said, I'm like fairly certain that I'll be at Y'all Fest again this year, because I gotta see Emma books again. I love her. She's probably the one person like this whole weekend that I was like she's like the one person this week that I felt like I hung out with a lot, and like I'm really happy for it. Like she's just such a great, bubbly, fun person. At this point, I am hoping to go to BEA 2017. I'm not gonna commit 100% because that's a lot of money, but I'm hoping to get press again and hopefully find a bunch of people to stay with so I can save money. But like I have to go because I have to see these people again. It's not even a factor of like the books. Like I don't care what books are there. I need to see my friends again. BEA was just great. I can give you tips if you're like, oh Jenna, I want to go next year. How do I do it? You can comment below and I will do my best to help you out. I may make a video about how to go about doing BEA, but basically it was like one of the top 5 experiences of my life. Overall, it was just like so much fun, and it was definitely worth everything. Like the anxiety, the stress, the exhaustion. That's another thing people don't tell you about BEA. It will wreck your body. Like you think you can do it, but getting up early and like walking around all day, being with people, taking pictures 24/7, like it hurts. It's painful, it's exhausting, but it's worth it. In the end, I would do it all over again, and I probably will do it again in the future. So thank you to everybody who was there. Like if you're watching this or not, like I just love you. Just FYI, I feel like I've been commenting on everybody's vlogs and being like, I miss you, you're so funny, you're so pretty, you're so great. But like that's where I'm at right now. So thank you for watching. Let me know if you have any questions or comments or concerns, and hopefully I will see you guys again soon. Okay, let's all cry about BEA together. So I also meant to show you my journal, which I kind of like put some BEA stuff in. Hopefully you can see it, but I just kind of have a receipt in here. I have Emma and Sarah's business cards, and now comes the fun part. So I basically had everybody, well, not everybody, sorry Brandon, I had almost everybody sign my journal, so it was like a little yearbook if you ever did that. So obviously this is LEIGH BARDUGO, but I have like Emma and Sarah and Dave Connis, Tasha, Mike Booklane. I think this is Slice of Mike. He didn't really sign his name. Civi, Kat from Katie Tastic, Monica, and Monica said never change because that was our joke. I was like, you can just write hags, and some people did. So then we have Emily, who actually wrote hags, and I have Kristen at Super Space Chick, Laure, I think that's how you say her name. She's from Belgium, but she hung out with us the whole week, and she's super pretty. And then I have Zoe and Cambria and Elizabeth, so that's really nice. And then these pages are beautiful. So I have Sasha on the right, and then I have Liz from eLizzie Books on the left. Sasha like went all out, and so she did this page too, and this is, I believe it's a quote from her book, Zenith. And then on the right we have Whitney from Witty Novels, who did a drawing of her and Warner, and a dog, and a burb, and a carrot. So then over here, this is like one of my favorite pages. It's from Lainey and Connor, and they did write hags. And then Lainey was like, can I just draw a bunch of martini glasses? And I was like, yeah, sure. So she did, and that's what's on there. And then on the right, I have Caitlin, who is one of my friends from Y'all Fest. And then we have Lainey Taylor. Lainey signed it. It's so cool. And then on this next page, I have Morgan Matson, who signed it after our interview. And then over here is Christina Marie, who's really sweet. The right page is all Christine. Can we just, like, this is me, I think. But I just love her. She's great. So XOXO Gossip Girl. Hashtag humble and blessed. Christine, I hope you're watching this. This is your legacy. Legacy. What is a legacy? So then over here, this one is Megan Precourt, who is really sweet, and she lives by me. And then I have Whitney's bookmark and Joss's little business card. Maureen signed it. You rock. Don't ever change. I won't, Maureen. This is Kelly and her sister Sarah, and they were really sweet. And then here's another little business card that I got. And so then over here, I just put some more. The one on the left has a receipt for our parking. Actually, that was from when I came back home to Nashville. But the rest of these are all business cards from BEA, and they're really cool. I love Slice of Mike's. It's really great. But that is all I got. But I just wanted to share that little bit with you. And I'm sorry, Brandon, that you didn't sign it. And if you didn't sign it and you went, I'm also sorry. I wanted to get everyone's signature, but some people, Jesse, just didn't sign it. And Brandon, and Jesse, and Tiernan, and other people. Okay, cool.